Alright, Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. Doing another tier ranking. A lot of you guys have been really wanting me to do more of these, so I thought we would go ahead and do Friday the 13th first, because obviously Friday the 13th is my favorite slasher franchise of all time. I love the camp setting, I love Jason Voorhees, I even love Pamela Voorhees. There's a lot about this franchise that really just feels homey with me, and I really want to go ahead and express how much I love the franchise. Now, not all of them are a bunch of daffodil-filled rainbows and sunshines and awesome films. I mean, there's a few pieces of shit, I won't lie, in this franchise, but we're gonna go ahead and dive into that, and I will give you guys my personal opinions. Of course, you might notice that I do have some fan films kind of layered in down there, but yeah, there's some fan films I do admire and I do appreciate. So, and if there's a fan film on here that you do not see, it's probably because I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really just put it on here. And I also just noticed there's two posters for My Special Boy, so I'll only be doing one of those. Just keep that in mind throughout this video, but it's all alphabetized, or not alphabetized, it's all organized, obviously. So we got the first Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, the final chapter, Part 5, Part 6, Part 7, Part 8, Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First off, we got JCARTS certified hell yeah at the top, which means, you know, yes, this is the most greatest thing in the franchise. Best fucking movie ever kind of idea. And then we got Jason Was My Son, which is supposed to mean kind of close to the heart, which is, no, you know, again, I love Jason, so Jason Was My Son, love it. I should have really thought about was, but you get it. It means that it's badass. And then we got it, fuck it, it's okay, which means it's best, it's okay, it's fine. It is what it is. And then we got Forget It Vic, which means just kind of forgettable, shit. And then we got Hot Bloody Enchilada shit, which is just the bottom of the barrel. This is what you don't want to see. Alright, so starting off, we are going to be doing Friday the 13th, the original 1980 classic that started all of this Jason love, Pamela love, Alice crushes. You know, there's a lot of people who do not love Friday the 13th, and I can certainly see why. It is a bit of a slow burn. The characters aren't really all too likable. Let's be real. The girl in the beginning, when you get introduced to this girl who actually wants to, like, cook for the kids and actually loves being with the kids and loves the idea of going to this camp, she's really likable, but she gets killed off within, like, probably the first, I don't know, 25 to 30 minutes of the movie, and that's it. And then the other characters like Alice are really likable, but there's not really a whole bunch of great characters, and it's not really meant to be a great character study or anything like those. So it is what it is, you know, it's a slasher movie for a reason. They're just kids getting introduced to be killed, and that's basically it. Even Kevin Bacon really can't really improve that. But the killer's cool when you finally get introduced to her in, like, the last, you know, 15, 20 minutes of the movie. She's pretty great. You know, Pamela, who I still think is probably the scariest killer of all the killers in Friday the 13th, no offense to any of the Jason actors. She really is terrifying. When she starts talking, like, in her head, and she has conversations between her and Jason, you really don't even know if it's just her crazy or actually Jason's coming through and talking. It is some of the creepiest shit, I gotta say. Alice, I had a crush on when I was a kid. Really do, still kind of do. She for some reason was, like, really attractive to me. I don't know what it was, but yeah, Alice, great final girl. Really like her. Some creepy shit with the camp, like the camp owner. I can't remember, Chris, friend of the Christies, Chris Christie or something, whatever his name is. The guy with the glasses, kind of a creep to Alice. Yeah, he's kind of weird. He kind of just ditches the movie and goes to a diner for like 80% of it. uh, yeah, I can see why this might not be some favorites, but I love the look of the camp. The camp setting, the camp in the movie really looks beautiful. Makes me want to go out, go fishing, do shit like that. Love the way it looks. And yeah, it's a good setup. It's a good setup, and I get that it's just basically a copy of Halloween. It really is. I mean, even the makers of the movie came out and said that we were just trying to bank off the whole Halloween thing when it was, like, really banking off of everybody, like, at the box office and stuff. We really needed to come up with something and make a slasher movie ASAP. And they came out with Friday the 13th, yet they had no idea what the movie was going to be about. So yeah, again, it's a slow burn. Characters aren't really all too likable, but great performance by Betsy Palmer. I think one of her best. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put Friday the 13th, the original one, up there with Jason Was My Son. And for obvious reasons, it's a classic, regardless of what you think of Friday the 13th. I understand that a lot of people do not like it. I personally, deep down, truly love Friday the 13th. So again, this is opinion based. I understand that you might have put in it. Probably, I could see a lot of you guys probably putting it down with "fuck it, it's okay" or "forget it, Vic" as like a forgettable movie, or it's just okay at best. But I genuinely think it's a decent movie, and it is a good camp slasher film in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it with Jason Was My Son. Friday the 13th Part 2, which literally does almost everything better. Besides maybe characters, there wasn't really a lot of likable characters in Friday the 13th Part 2. Kind of like Friday the 13th. There wasn't, maybe even less actually of likable characters in Friday the 13th Part 2. Besides the guy in the wheelchair who I actually did like. The characters really don't change too much, or it doesn't really improve too much in there, but the killer does improve. Jason is introduced in this one. Well, not really introduced, but he comes back in this one, and he's an adult. He's wearing a sack. Everybody knows Jason, a sackhead Jason in this movie. He tends to scare a lot more people in this one than he does the rest of the franchise because of that sack for some reason. He is creepy. He's running around with a pick. And in the beginning of the movie, they kill probably one of the coolest final girls in the franchise, like nothing. It's a ballsy movie, man, and it literally almost does everything better than the first one, which is honorable. It's admirable, in my opinion. So yeah, we almost got to get it to JCARTS certified hell yeah, because it literally again does almost everything better, and the pacing is better in this one too. I would say the pacing is better. The movie starts and ends. It's pretty crazy. It's a fast paced movie. And it's got a lot of great kills. A lot of great kills. I didn't even mention the kills in the first one, which, great stuff, obviously. You have Tom Savini back in it, but Friday the 13th Part 2, I think, has even more memorable kills with the whole hatchet or machete to the face, and the guy goes down the stairs, which the stairs just came out of nowhere, but still, it looked really cool. And you got, Jenny pissing herself which is kind of realistic because I think anybody would be pissing themselves in that situation. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what else to say about Friday the 13th Part 2. And by the way, Friday the 13th Part 2 also has probably one of the best final chase scenes of all time between Jenny and Jason. Literally goes from the guy chasing her around the camp, hiding in a bed, chasing her down the stairs, fucking hiding under a bed again, pissing, and then, Jason missing and breaking his pitchfork on the ground. It's pretty great chase scene. And, Jenny actually kicks his ass every once in a while. So it's pretty good. It's 50-50, even fight kind of deal, with probably one of the most intense last moments, between them finding Pamela and Jason's shack out in the middle of the woods and having like a whole child psychology thing on Jason. It was pretty great. I really enjoyed that whole final chase scene a lot, actually. So yeah, Friday the 13th Part 2, I think, deserves a great spot in JCARTS certified hell yeah. And then we come across the first horror film I ever saw in my entire life, Friday the 13th Part 3. I was about 4 or 5 years old when my sister snuck this on TV. And I remember that last few minutes, man, like the back of my mind. I was just sitting on the rug in the middle of the living room, and Jason is like coming out of the back door, kicking it down, and it terrified the hell out of me. Jason Brooker. Richard Brooker, Jason Brooker, oh my god, Richard Brooker, we might as well call him Jason Brooker, though. Richard Brooker, in Part 3, man, he gives one hell of a performance as the hockey mask wielding psycho, which also this movie does introduce Jason as the icon we know and love. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a Jason Was My Son. Jason Was My Son. It's very memorable. Very memorable. It has the 3D behind it. It has one of the craziest Jason performances of all time. The characters, not really likable. Not really a big fan of any of the characters. Shelly, really, he's hard to like. He's hard to like, man. He's that really annoying kind of trying to fit in kind of guy who's really trying too hard. And he's pranking everybody, scaring everybody for the fun of it. And at one point, it literally turns into The Boy Who Cried Wolf, where he pranks people so often that when he does get his throat slit, no one believes that he has his throat slit. It's pretty crazy. I like the hippie characters. They're all right. They're kind of fun to watch. The bicycle gang, just weird. Weird. They introduce them. They're being dicks for no reason, which I guess the 80s was loaded with dicks for no reason. Stop him at a grocery store, grab his wallet, pulls out his condom. Is this your rubber? It's just cringy shit like that. And then they come back, which understandably so. I mean, if you run over a biker's bikes, you have it coming to you. You have it coming to you. That's like half their life right there. Their bikes. So and then they come to the fucking Camp Crystal Lake and they are like wherever they're at. I'm not even sure if it's Crystal Lake at this point, but they come to the camp area, and I think it's a part of Camp Crystal Lake. I think it's on the same kind of turf, but they go there and they're trying to like steal the gas or like take gas out of their van, and then they're going to light the barn on fire or something like that. And then Jason comes in and stops them. Hero of the day kind of moment. And then later on, one of the bike gang members gets up and like tries to fight him again. Like Jason just could not kill him for some reason, even when he had complete control over the whole situation. He was like hacking him down and stuff. He could have literally murdered the guy there and then, but I don't know why he didn't do it. I guess he thought he did by just I don't know. I don't know why he did. He should have just finished him off, but he didn't. And then a pointless kind of comeback where he just comes in and grabs a guy, "You're dead, mother," and turns him around while he knows he's wielding a machete and gets his whole hand cut. It was pretty crazy. It's dumb. But the final act, the final chase scene leading up to that moment is actually really good between the Chris, I think is her name. Chris is her name. And yeah, that whole scene when she gets in the van and tries to drive over the bridge and stuff, goes under and gets out of the van and then tries to run away and shit like that. That's great shit. She puts up a fight, and I kind of love when these Friday movies introduce girls who actually puts up fights instead of like trying to cry and scream and stuff. She actually tries to stab Jason, stabs him in the leg. Great stuff. Love that. So the final chase scene is awesome. And the ending makes no sense. You know, Pamela comes out of the water with her head on and everything and grabs her. That shit makes no sense. But again, kind of the thing leading up to it where he breaks down the back door and stuff. Now, if that was real instead of a vision in her mind, that would have been scary shit. So it has a lot of memorable moments. I will go ahead and give it a Jason was my son ranking. Automatic. It's the only one out of all of these films that is an automatic JCARTS certified hell yeah. Because Friday the 13th, the final chapter, is my personal favorite Friday movie in the entire series. Literally has the best Jason and Ted White. May he rest in peace. He passed away last year at the end, towards the end. May he rest in peace. Best Jason with Ted White. Probably the best characters in the entire franchise. And that's not even because Crispin Glover. Literally, the Jarvis family, everybody, Rob, all the characters are so memorable, so likable. He's killing me. Oh, God, he's killing me. Run, Trish, run. So many memorable lines, so many great kills. I mean, the fucking palm in the face through the shower. Great stuff. I literally love this entire movie. Tom Savini coming back to do the gore. It's literally the best Friday film. Literally the best. I almost have nothing else to say. And then Jason actually gets a really cool, if this was to be Jason's send-off, like final moments, it would have been a great way to kill off the character. Tommy literally bashing his head in with a machete. And, you know, the whole machete falling on the face and the animatronics, it really is next level. Great Friday film. If this was the final Friday the 13th movie, which in my opinion, every Friday movie, this and under, are the best Friday movies, it would have been a perfect ending to the franchise, in my opinion. So yeah, I love the final chapter. I love it. There's not much more I can say about it. The tone too, the tone and the fucking atmosphere of part 4 with the whole camp and the fog on the lake and stuff. It's just great, man. It's just great. And then how it starts raining towards the end. Great stuff. I could talk hours about part 4, but I won't because we got a whole many more movies to get through. Part 5, the new beginning. I love Jarvis, Tommy, in the first part 4. I love Jarvis in part 4. I was not a fan of where they took him in part 5. However, part 5 is one of my biggest guilty pleasures. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in Forget It, Vic. It's not a piece of shit like a lot of people. It's not a hot, bloody enchilada shit like a lot of people. Even though that is where enchilada shit is mentioned, it is not a hot, bloody enchilada shit, in my opinion. Now, the twist, I'm not really a big fan of. I won't lie. The whole Roy thing, I'm not a big fan of it. However, it's serviceable, it's fine. And there is some good Jason moments in there, and like flashback moments, or in, you know, Tommy's mind. It gives me a little bit of Jason love. The characters aren't really likable at all. At all, really. Reggie the Reckless is kind of fun. I like Reggie. I don't mind Tommy, even knowing he's not really the main focus of the movie, in a sense. No, he is the main focus. I don't know what I'm saying. He is the main focus of the movie. He's just not really memorable or likable. I don't really care for him. And for some reason, he's like a black belt. literally a fucking black belt. He kicks a guy's ass like with unrealistic. Like he could almost join the fucking Avengers. He is that fucking skilled. He could probably go toe to toe with fucking Hawkeye and Black Widow as like this martial artist. It's fucking crazy, man. And I'm not a big fan of that. It made no sense whatsoever to me why he became that. Uh, yeah, it's got a really nice boob scene though. That boob scene is very memorable. Has again some pretty good kills. There's like a moment where she gets a pair of scissors through the eye sockets. Man, it's a great moment. Uh, decent sex scene, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. There's that goth girl who I did like. The goth girl was pretty cool. Her death was kind of underwhelming though. I was kind of bummed out when she died that way. I was like, ah, man, you could have gone the extra mile with that one. And the final chase was probably one of the worst. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't care about the final chase scene at all. It was like, ugh. And then they tried to make it like a psycho kind of thing, where the cop at the end of the movie tries to like talk about the whole Roy thing, and he's, well, I guess when he saw his son die, that he, took up the persona of Jason with these Crystal Lake fucking newspaper clippings and stuff. And it was just kind of like they tried to do a whole psycho thing, and it's just like, nah, dude, that's not good. That's not good writing. That is kind of lazy. Yeah. And then, they tried to, this is a movie where they tried to pass the torch from Jason to Tommy Jarvis by having that whole end twisting where he has like Roy's mask on and stuff and he has a knife. Nah. Didn't work, and I'm glad they didn't do it. I think Corey Feldman wanted them to take him in that direction, and I was like, nah, dude, that would have been shit. That would have been shit. So, though it's not a bad movie, it's got a lot of memorable lines. I love the Forget It Vic line. I love that moment when Joey gets an axe to the back because of Vic. Well, here, I'll leave it here in case you're hungry. You can have it. Leave me alone. Well, if that's the way you feel, then forget it, Vic. Just forget it. But I really think you're out of line. Classic. All right. Jason Lives, which literally probably saved the franchise after Part 5. No one liked Part 5, and then Jason Lives comes out, and it returns Jason back to his glory days, even bigger into his glory days, because he was at this point, he was just full-on supernatural zombie. I'm going to get some hate for this, but I'm going to give Jason Lives a Jason Was My Son ranking. I know. There's probably a lot of people here who is like, how could you not give it a JCARTS certified hell yeah? And one of the reasons why is because I'm not necessarily a fan of when these really cool horror franchises go into the comedy aspect a little bit. And this one's a straight up comedy in some cases. Like, it has horror elements, but it is a comedy, and it's a good comedy, and that's why it's up there with Jason Was My Son, because it is top-tier Friday the 13th quality stuff. In my opinion, so far, all 5 of those are top-tier Friday the 13th quality stuff. I was actually debating if I wanted to put it in JCARTS certified hell yeah, because I do find it to be actually a great movie, but I'm not sure yet. Let me think about that one a little bit more. The more farther we get into this, the more I might think about it. But CJ Graham, who plays Jason in Part 6, does a great job. He's kind of like this fucking Home Depot employee guy. He's like, he has a whole bunch of fucking utensils and shit on his like belt and everything. It's pretty crazy. Utility Jason, I think is what they call him. Great stuff. He has a giant fucking spear from the gate, or like the cemetery that he was killed in. Or they bring him to life. Yeah, pretty much Tommy Jarvis and his buddy from the loony bin, if you want to go as far saying that, from Friday the 13th Part 5, kind of go to the camp, go to the graveyard, find Jason's grave, and they want to make sure he's dead. So idiotically, they stick a giant rod in his chest during a thunderstorm, and lightning strikes it, and Jason comes back to life and goes havoc again. Tommy Jarvis is basically locked up in a cage for probably 50% of the movie, because he can't get out because of the cop trying to keep the whole Jason shushy kind of thing down. We've already gone through this. Jason's dead. Stop trying to bring back an old legend. Blah, 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 kind of idea. And, towards the end of the movie, that's when they realize, oh, so the kid wasn't lying. So, yeah. Because to them, Tommy Jarvis is just a crazy guy who went through a lot of shit and is trying to stir the shit back up again. That's what he is to them. Then you get introduced into the whole love thing with Jason. The sheriff's daughter and Tommy, and then and it's also one of the Friday the 13th movies that introduces kids into the mix. Kids actually go to camp, and Jason kind of terrorizes them a little bit. It's kind of fun in that aspect, but yeah, it does lean a lot into the comedy. Again, there's great kills. The kills are nothing, you gotta really thumbs up the kills because they are great. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a JCARTS certified hell yeah, because it does introduce a lot of things that the Friday franchise did not introduce and did not go into. And it does give us a great Jason. It had a lot of great kills, and probably the best Tommy Jarvis, in all honesty, with Tom Matthews. Tom Matthews does a great job as Tommy Jarvis. He pretty much is the most iconic version of that character, so he is the one in the game and everything. So yeah, I do love it. I do love it. It's gonna get a JCARTS certified hell yeah. It is a fantastic time. Part 7, The New Blood. A lot of people hate this movie. A lot of people. I am not one of those people. Jason was my son. I love Part 7. I love it. I think it gets way more hate than it deserves. I understand why it does get the hate. It's pretty much a watered-down Friday the 13th movie. The beginning, don't really like it all too much with the psychic girl and her dad, and she kills the dad and everything, and then yada yada. Weird stuff. And then the dad comes back at the end of the movie, not even decomposed or anything. He's just normal looking, and he just grabs Jason and brings him down to the bottom of the ocean. Stupid shit. Stupid shit. Stupid shit. I will emphasize, stupid shit. But I do like the concept that Jason finds his match in someone with psychic abilities. I think that is a pretty neat idea. It's better to me that than bringing Michael Myers or another slasher into the mix to try to go toe-to-toe with Jason, because I am not a big fan of when franchises feel like they have to try to connect in any sort of way. Thanks, MCU. I'm not a big fan of it. I really ain't. And I find it to be cooler when we just find characters in their own unique worlds that could probably go toe-to-toe with Jason. So I do like that, and I do somewhat like the idea of the outcast trying to fit in with the kids at the camp. I think it's neat. You know, there's that bitch bully who's always in one of these movies in there, who's just, oh god, die. And she does die. But the only thing that really holds back this movie from probably being a certified hell yeah is the fact that it's so watered down. The studio put their filthy, grubby little hands into this movie so bad that the director even said it's like they raped his movie. And I can certainly see why. This movie should have been gory. It should have been awesome. It should have been bloody as all hell. It introduces Kane Hodder as Jason, who Kane Hodder actually became the most iconic Jason because he played him so much throughout the franchise. It really is a shame from what this movie could have been. I mean, it really should have been a JCARTS certified hell yeah, but it really is a Jason Was My Son, almost kicking it as a fuck it, it's okay movie because of how watered down it is. So, you know what? I actually will go ahead and give it a fuck it, it's okay. It's actually in the middle for me because, again, it really should be amazing, and I do find it to be really great, but it's okay because of how much watered down it was. If it wasn't watered down, man, this would probably be JCARTS certified hell yeah. But I also feel like I can completely understand why it would be in the center of all of this. It really is kind of that perfect center movie. So, and then we come across our first hot, bloody enchilada shit, which is Jason Takes Manhattan. In my personal opinion, Kane Hodder was amazing in it, but not only is it kind of watered down, it's also not even in Manhattan. It takes place on a boat, and the characters are so fucking unlikable, not memorable at all. Besides the guy who boxes, that's the only guy who's memorable. It is such a shit movie, man. I get so bored watching Jason Takes Manhattan, and it's not even like it's like I still watch it, but it's like it really is a bad movie. It really is boring as all hell. They tried to do something different, yet they kind of didn't do anything different, and I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. The guy's death, though, is fine. The professor, yeah, I like his death, where he dies in, like, this vat of fucking garbage juice and shit, and, like, acid, dead rat floating on top, and he's, like, this clean fucking perfect asshole. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun death. That's probably what almost brings it to Forget It, Vic, but that alone, but yeah. And then the whole fucking ending with Jason getting buried in that sewer acid and he turns back to a little boy, like, what the fuck? And yeah, he goes back and forth between like this little boy and Jason, grown up Jason, so many times throughout the entire movie. What could have been, man? What could have been? Scream 6? Yeah, Scream 6, do not fuck up your chance to be in New York, man. You better be in New York like all the time. Not on a boat, not on a plane, in New York. Jason Goes to Hell. I guess the obvious thing for me to do would be probably put it in hot bloody enchilada shit. because it really doesn't feel like a Friday movie at all. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in hot enchilada shit. Hot bloody enchilada shit. Because it doesn't feel like a Friday the 13th movie. Jason's cool though. Ooh. Jason is cool looking. That's the problem, man. Jason is so cool looking. It's such a waste. The beginning of this movie, from like the first 10 minutes of the movie, is awesome. You're like, oh fuck, the government comes in and takes care of Jason and everything. He looks really cool. And then he turns into like this baby like insect demon thing, and he climbs into other people's bodies. There's a moment where Jason shaves someone's face. The Duke comes in. It's a shit movie, guys. It really is a bad movie. I can't defend it. I was literally about to defend it, saying they try to do something different, which in a sense they do try to do something different, and they try to do something unique. But it felt like an Evil Dead movie, an Evil Dead spinoff with Jason kind of introduced. And there's even a moment with the Necronomicons in the movie, but that doesn't save it, man. It doesn't save it. It is a shit movie. Jason doesn't come back until like the last, like the physical Jason doesn't come back until like the last, like 5 to 6 minutes of the movie, and then he gets killed, and then he gets dragged to hell. It's just, everything about the movie is kind of annoying, and there's a whole incest kind of thing to it. It's just not good. I'm not going to defend it. It's a hot bloody enchilada shit to me. It's not good. And then we got a Jason X. I'm going to go ahead and put Jason X probably in the forget it Vic. The only thing that's memorable about this entire movie are the kills. There's more than just this, but the kills are great. The fun, it is a fun time, so like, maybe I'll put it in fuck it, it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put it in fuck it, it's okay. It's got a lot of great kills. I'm not a real big fan of the whole cyber Jason, Uber Jason kind of thing. I'm not really a big fan of that. I didn't really care. I just didn't care. And the whole space thing was just kind of, again, them trying to do something different, which it is. It's fine. It has a great Jason and Kane Hodder, again, who does a great job. This is the last one with Kane Hodder, I think. Yeah, this is the last one with Kane Hodder as Jason. It's fine. It's a fine throw your popcorn in your face type of movie. So it definitely feels like an early 2000s type of slasher. So if you're not into that, then you might not be into it. But yeah, not much I can do to defend this one. It's fine at best. I didn't like it as much as Part 7 though. So I'm thinking, do I need to move it down to Forget It Vic? I didn't like it as much as Part 7, so I'm going to move it down to Forget It Vic. It's a fun time. But it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. But out of Jason Goes to Hell and Manhattan, it's better than those ones at least, so I'll give it that. So it's Forget It Vic to me, yeah. Yeah, Freddy Vs. Jason is up next. Freddy Vs. Jason. Again, as earlier, I said I'm not a big fan when they try to introduce or like try to put two characters together. But Freddy Vs. Jason did a decent job at it, man. Freddy vs. Jason did a decent job. But for me, it's fuck it, it's okay. I did not really like the interpretation of Jason throughout the movie. I know a lot of people are like, always like, what? It's just a guy dressed like in hockey mask and stuff. But yeah, but there's certain things about Jason and other performances that really kind of make him special in certain cases. This one wasn't special in my opinion. Great moments with Jason. I mean, the whole cornfield scene where Jason's like literally slashing up teenagers and like literally throws a machete through someone's chest. I mean, that shit's awesome. The characters are shit. They're shit. They're very generic characters. Robert Englund really brings it up a little bit. You gotta have Robert Englund there. Robert Englund is a great Freddy Krueger. So yeah, for me, it's fuck it. It's okay. It's, you know, it could have been a lot worse. I wish it was more Jason versus Freddy throughout the movie. And for some reason, I had a giant crush on the main blonde girl. I don't know. Yeah. So fuck it. It's okay. It's okay. It's a great, serviceable, fun time. And yeah, Robert Englund's a lot of fun, and so is, you know, watching him fight Jason. And it does have a great, unique kill with the whole bed thing. That you got to give credit to. But the characters are almost unlikable. Almost every single one of them. So yeah, bringing a lot for me. Here's one I hated at first. I hated Friday the 13th, the 2009 movie. I hated it. Sorry. I do have COVID. I hated it. Derek Mears, awesome as Jason. They make him a survivalist, which is cool. An actual survivalist. He has a bow and arrow sometimes. He's running. He's booking it. He has underground caverns and stuff, caves, which makes sense on how he gets to places super fast. Really dig that shit. The character of Clay is okay. I like him. But then there's a character I do not like in this movie, and he brings it down for me. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a fuck it, it's okay. I feel confident. Fuck it, it's okay. To me, it's down the middle. I didn't like it at first. I really did not like the character of fuck. What's his name? Oh my gosh, Trent. Trent's his name. Oh my goodness, one of the most unlikable, if not the most unlikable character in the entire franchise. Every time he's on screen, I want to rip my hair out. He reminds me so much of those douchebags I used to know in school, and makes it almost unwatchable when he's on screen. Seriously, I hate him that much. And his death is not even all that satisfying to me. I really wish he got it something. I wish he got more like brutal death. I really wish he got something like horrifying. The kills are great. Almost every kill is great. This movie feels more like a porno than it does a Friday movie. The sex scenes are so like fluent and so fucking visual in a sense to where it almost feels like a legitimate porno. Especially that sex scene between Trent and that girl, that blonde girl, was like some of the most detailed sex I've seen in a movie. And then that sex in the beginning of the movie, which is, I mean, the opening of the movie is fucking phenomenal. It really is. It really does feel like a great Friday the 13th movie, and that right there alone was awesome. But everything after that, man, if literally the beginning of the movie was those characters, this movie probably would have been JCARTS certified hell yeah, because I really like the characters in the beginning of the film, but the characters throughout the rest of the movie are kind of just meh to me. And the whole idea that Jason has taken someone as a hostage, I'm not really a big fan of. I don't like that too much. The reason why I took her as a hostage was because she had like a necklace around her neck that had her picture of the mom in it or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Or Jason as a young kid. I don't know. It was like Jason as a young kid and his mom. And then the whole ending with the whole they threw his body in the ocean, the lake kind of thing was just dumb. I'm tired of that trope. Like, let's just put him back. Let's bury him back in the place where he belongs, the lake. How are you gonna explain all those murders? Are you just gonna say, "Oh yeah, we just pushed the guy's body back into the lake, where he belongs, to be normal"? It's like then you're gonna get arrested because we have no physical proof that someone actually murdered these people. It was just dumb. So yeah, 2009 remake. I understand a lot of people really love it. I think Cody Leach, like, this is his favorite Friday the 13th movie, which more power to you, man. But I just can't. I can't get behind it. Jason is awesome though. Derek Mears' Jason is fucking phenomenal. But some of those characters are just wow. Wow. Never Hike Alone is next, which actually is going to be a JCARTS certified hell yeah. Never Hike Alone, dude, I love, from 2017. Oh god, it is so great. It's so great. Such a love letter to the franchise, and it introduces Tom Matthews back into the franchise a little bit, which I also appreciate. So I love it. It's kind of a cool found footage-esque kind of movie where a hiker goes up into the woods, title, and he comes across Camp Crystal Lake and Jason. Ghost Jason. Really fun time if you have not seen it. I'm not going to really talk too much about these fan films. I'm just going to rank them really quick and get this going. So, Never Hike in the Snow, which was a short little video. My name is at the end credits. I think I'm going to put it as Fuck It, It's Okay. It really didn't do a whole lot for the Never Hike Alone movies, in my opinion. It was just a cool little thing where Jason kills people in the snow, which is not something we see a lot of, and then for that reason alone, it deserves a fuck it, it's okay ranking, because, yeah, Jason killing in the snow, that should be a movie, like a full-length movie. Jason Rising, which I really loved, man. I really love Jason Rising, so I'm going to go ahead and put it up here with Jason Was My Son. I really love Jason Rising. I'm not sure how many people saw Jason Rising as a fan film, but it really introduced a really cool concept where Pamela was also coming back from the dead like Jason and killing people like Crystal Lake, which I actually dig the fuck out of that idea. I think that'd be a great concept. And it was a great concept, so yeah. Roseblood, a Friday the 13th fan film. This is my second favorite Friday the 13th fan film, so we're going to go ahead and give that a JCARTS certified hell yeah. I thought they really brought back Jason, and when Jason comes on screen, man, and puts in the work towards the end, it really is. And it's a very entertaining, it's a very talkative little fan film, but everything they talk about is so interesting and so much fun that I genuinely really loved Roseblood. I think it's actually a really good sequel. Like, this should have been, if this was the sequel to Friday the 13th Part 7, oh man, it would have been the shit. Then we come across My Special Boy, which was the most recent Friday the 13th fan film I had seen. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a... I'm kind of in the middle of Fuck It's Okay, which is still really good, and then Jason Was My Son. I'm going to go ahead and give it a Jason Was My Son ranking. I didn't love it as much as Never Hike Alone or Roseblood, but I really did enjoy it, and I thought the Jason was really cool looking. I loved the way they did Jason. I thought the look of him was phenomenal. Braden Timmons had a very likable character throughout the entire thing, and yeah, the characters were really good. Actually, most of the characters in the fan films I really kind of like, so... Yeah, that is my ranking for the Friday the 13th franchise so far. So yeah, guys, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. How would you rank it? I'm curious to hear your guys' opinions down below. Hit the like button if you want to see more tier rankings. I will do another franchise. And until next time, guys, please do keep it retro, and please do take care.